today's show has a bit of a twist. Today I don't have a guest. However, drumroll please. Everybody's my guest today. As in, every single person is my guest today. So today I don't have like a set guest. Normally I have like one guest come on. We banter, we talk, we have a topic, we just discuss. But throughout this week, I was thinking, what can I do to TWN to make it different? I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. So I think we put out a poll. I put out a poll on my page and the team put out a poll on the NFTV page to find out, what we should do to make TWN different, what topics we should talk about. And we had a wide range of topics, to be honest. Someone said that I should do my story times, because you guys know, everybody knows I have stories for days. Someone said do story time. Someone said talk relationships, but we already done that. And I guess I didn't really have a set topic. Hello, Auntie Safo. I didn't really have a set topic this week, but I was just sitting there and I've been thinking, and I think me and a really, really good friend of mine, she's practically like a sister to me. We took an L this week, and I thought, you know what, we have to talk about this. So I said to her, you've given me an idea. I know what I'm going to talk about. So today's episode 6, we are going to talk about morals. We're going to talk about principle, and we're going to talk about culture. But I want to focus more on morals and principle, because I feel like we're in a generation where people don't have morals. People don't know basic principles, and it's very irritating. It's very annoying. I just don't understand. So that's the topic for today. Like I said, I don't have a set guest for today, so I'm going to go live with everybody and anybody that wants to come live with me, and we're going to talk. I think it's really, really sad to say, but I feel like this culture, especially the millennials, I feel like we don't have morals. We actually don't. Okay, let me not generalize it and say we don't. Some people do, but it's very, very hard to find a wide range of people who have morals. A lot of people don't have morals. A lot of people don't have principles. And the one thing that annoys me so much is a lot of people feel entitled. Why do people feel like they're entitled? Like, what have you done? Why do you feel like, because you're this person, or because you belong to this group, or because you have this status, you're important? Like, you are entitled to things. I don't understand. Like, a lot of people don't have morals. Simple things like when you meet somebody in the morning, you say, good morning, how are you doing? When you call someone and they pick up, hello, how are you? Simple things like that we don't have. Like, nobody says good morning nowadays. Rarely. A lot of people don't say good morning. When you need someone, you just message them hi and get straight to the point. Like, that thing annoys me so much. When people do that to me, I just say, hi, how are you? Yep. I just say, hi, I'm good, thank you. And you, how are you too? Because it's like, it's not going to kill you. It's just simple, basic things that everyone should endeavor to do. And a lot of people don't do that. It makes me so angry. You're speaking the truth. Nayoka, honestly, that's one thing that grinds my gears. Little things like that. When somebody opens the door for you, you say thank you because they opened the door for you. They didn't have to. Just because we're both going out the same door doesn't mean I have to hold the door for you. It doesn't mean I have to open. You say thank you. It's like little tiny things. You say thank you. When you borrow somebody's money or ask somebody to help you out, and you come so humble, so peaceful, so gentle, no pride, nothing, and you come and you ask them, you know what, blah, 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 I'm in a sticky situation. Can you help me out with this XYZ? And somebody gives you money. They didn't have to give it to you, because at the end of the day, you didn't work and put money in their pocket. It's out of their goodwill that they want to do it. When you borrow somebody's money and they give you the money and it's time to return it, the same attitude that you used to come and borrow it when you were humble, you didn't have pride, that is the same attitude that you return the money with. Why do people have to chase you for their money? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. And a lot of times, it's not even about the money that was borrowed or the amount or whatever. It's simple things that it's just the principle. You just don't do things like this. So I feel like this culture, this generation that we're in, I feel like there's a lot of mannerless people walking around. A lot of people don't have manners. A lot of people don't have manners. A lot of people don't have morals. Anybody will do anything to get on top of the next person. And it's sad. It's really sad, because you'll think that, as the generations go on, you'll think that we're progressing. and it's like we're progressing in terms of like technology and transport and things like that, but like the basic humanity, basic things like morals, basic things like morals are being thrown out the window because every other Tom, Dick and Harry wants to be a bad bee, essentially. So everybody has forgot their manners. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. Like, sometimes I just sit on the bus, and like the way that some kids talk to their parents, I'm just like, ah! I said, that can never be my house. In my house. My house. Not in my house. Like, the mom will be saying something, the child would just get, oh, shut the F up, mom. I'm just like, I can't even in my thoughts, I can't even imagine saying those words to my mom. Like, you look, guys, shut down. You won't see me finished. So I'm just thinking, what's going on? Like, because I know that the older generation, the generation before us, it's not like they didn't teach us. We've been taught, but why have we decided to neglect these things? Why is everyone just kind of doing their own thing? They say everyone has a different culture and traditions. So what truly are manners, and are they based on traditions and culture? Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like manners shouldn't be based on tradition or culture. I feel like it's just a universal thing. Like, I feel like manners is a universal thing. Everybody knows when somebody gives you something, you say thank you. When somebody opens the door for you, say thank you. When you meet somebody, you greet them. I don't feel like it's based on your tradition or culture. I just feel like it's basic principle, regardless of where you are in the world, Antarctica, anywhere that you go. I feel like it's basic things that everybody should know. There's a difference if you don't know, and if you do know, but you just choose not to do. I feel like it's basic things. Even in the workplace, essentially. When you go into the office, you greet everybody that's in the office. You say good morning to everybody. So I don't feel like it's based on your culture or your tradition. I just feel like it's basic things that everybody. It's like a universal thing. It's like English. It's like a universal language. Manners is a universal thing because people, like when I was growing up, people always used to say that, oh, people will never forget what you said or blah blah blah. They'll just remember how you make them feel. And manners, you know when someone says thank you, like, you're more inclined to do more things for them. If somebody does something for you and you say thank you, they're more inclined to be like, okay, next time you go and ask, it's easy for them to do it because it's like, rah, yeah, I could do it for this person. Like, just simple please and thank you. A lot of people don't know how to say it. Simple I'm sorry. Like, a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people don't say sorry nowadays. They just kind of do things to make it look like they're sorry, if that makes sense. So like, say someone upset someone or someone hurt someone, they won't say sorry. Like, okay, let's use the typical African mom. You know when you're younger and you got in trouble, yeah? And whatever, like, your mom beat you or she shouted at you or whatever, and then you're upset, so you're like, no, I'm not talking to my mom anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then, or like, you get really angry and you go and pack you get really angry and you go and pack your bags. And it's like, you've packed your bags, but you don't have anywhere to go. You're 6, you're 10. Where are you going? You've just gone to pack your bags. You have an argument with your mom. You say, I'm done, I'm finished. You pack your bags and you sit on the stairs with your bags because realistically, you have nowhere to go. I don't know why we used to do that. We just packed our bags. Where are we going? We don't have anywhere to go. But anyway, you know when that happens, yeah? And like, your mom comes back later and your mom's like, so like, you've had the argument or whatever, you've been punished or whatever. Then your mom comes back and your mom's like, are you hungry? Your mom doesn't say sorry, but you know that's your mom's way of saying sorry or whatever. So she says, are you hungry? Or like, what do you want to eat? What do you want me to cook for you? It's like that. A lot of people like don't know how to say sorry. Me, as long as I know I'm at fault. If I know I'm at fault and I understand with your reasoning as to why I'll be at fault, I have no shame. I will apologize. I'll say, you know what, sorry, my bad, whatever. But a lot of people don't do that nowadays. Simple sorry, you won't say. Simple thank you, you won't say. Simple please, you won't say. Like, I don't get it. Okay, hold on. Good evening, Magic J. Oh, today's subject is morals and principles. Like, I feel like a lot of people in our generation don't have morals anymore. A lot of people don't have manners. A lot of people just don't follow principles. Uncle Rich said appreciation. Yeah, that's what it is. When you appreciate what somebody's done to you, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people feel entitled nowadays. And I don't know why people feel entitled, because really and truly, nobody owes you anything. Even your parents. Your parents don't owe you anything. Like, in UK, once you hit 18, you're classified as an adult. You're on your own. Realistically, your parents don't have to keep you under their roof if they don't want to because you're an adult. So like, it even gets to a stage where your parents don't owe you anything, but everyone feels so entitled, like, oh, you must do this for me, you must do this for me. Like, it's so annoying, because especially when it's coming from someone who's not helping themselves, who's not doing anything for themselves, and it's just like, oh, you must do this for me because XYZ, XYZ. I agree with you though, but I'm just playing opposite sides. Oh girl, keep playing opposite sides. I like the discussion. Some cultures and traditions, people don't say thank you when they get something, they smile, or they don't greet you when they see you. That is so annoying. Like, oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. I mean, I get it. It's different. Okay, it's different if you don't know how to appreciate something. Do you get it? Like, so if someone gives you something, maybe they'll say thank you, but you smile, you show that you appreciate it, you wear it, whatever. That I can understand. But it's just the mannerless ones. Like, it's not even like your parents didn't teach you. Your parents have taught you, but you just don't want to do it. That's the one I don't understand. They rather shake their head or something like that. So can we really say that manners are universal? Because different countries come with different customs. Hey Bissy, hey Rachel. Manners. Oh, guys, what do you think? Do you think manners is a universal thing? I think manners is a universal thing. But C Vintage just raised a good point that different countries come with different customs. But I feel like manners is a universal thing. I feel like it should be. Okay, hold on. Let me take these comments. The example you gave, Americans, they have to apologize to their kids, else it's war. But in our culture, a combat war. Yeah, that's what they say. Are you hungry? So can you say the custom is wrong? Ooh. I don't think we can ever say like a custom or a tradition is wrong, because it's based on what someone has instilled, like what someone has set for a group of people to follow. So I don't think we can ever say a custom is wrong. We may not agree with it necessarily, but I don't think we can say it's wrong. Like, and I think also, like you said, in America, when a parent does something, they have to apologize to their kids. It also teaches the kids to like take ownership when they do something wrong. It teaches them from a young age that, you know, if you do something and it's wrong, you apologize. So again, I'm not too sure. I mean, it's a sticky one. I'm an 80s baby raised in the 90s. My only culture up saying I'll have to say is manners and respect and overstanding, and it doesn't cost a thing to be polite and say sorry, thank you. Words of that have no morals or man. Yeah, I feel like everyone should be able to say. That's what I'm saying, that I think manners should be universal. But again, I get the point with, is it like a culture thing? Is it a tradition thing? Is it where you are from? Is it like a custom for your country? I'm sure like I want to say every, but again, I don't have statistics in front of me, but I would like to think that every culture, every tradition, every custom comes with basic, when you see somebody, you greet them. When someone gives you something, you say thank you. You know, I like to think when you're in the wrong, you apologize. I like to think that every custom is like that. When I went to Barbados, it's like everybody had manners and respect. And when I went to that, all of the people had their manners. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's also people. Most of it is to do with ethics. Again, I agree. You're on spot. Yeah, I think most of it is to do with ethics. Because the thing is, yeah, I know for a fact, I'd like to think that I know for a fact that every parent raises their child with manners. That's what I'd like to think, that every parent raises their child with manners. So now the question is, how and when do we now decide to forget our manners? Like, when does that come in? Is it because of the people that we chill with? Is it the people we associate ourselves with? Is it because we get to a point where we think, you know what, because of my status per se, or because of who I've now become, like, I don't need to do these basic things? Because it's not like it costs you anything to do it. If it was like, oh, whenever you say thank you, like you have to pay £1 million to say it, and people are not doing it, I'd understand. But all of these things are free, and they're like little tiny things. So again, I don't understand why it's like that. I think our culture is not our culture. Sorry, I think our generation have forgotten a lot of the things that we were raised up on, and I don't necessarily understand why. I mean, if anybody understands, wants to share a point, let me know. People in the UK don't smile, like everyone over here is just miserable, and I can't stand it. You know what? I've noticed that as well, you know, because when I went to America, like everyone was just so friendly, just smiling and everything. And in my head, because I wasn't used to it, because obviously I've come from London, I've gone over there for holiday, and everyone's just smiling. I was just thinking, why's everyone smiling like? Is everyone high or something? Like, what's going on? Everyone's just like, good morning, hi, how are you? Hello, blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I was thinking, hi. But yeah, in London, everyone's just like, I feel like in London, everyone's just busy. Everyone just seems busy. Nobody wants to talk to you on the train. Nobody wants to smile with you on the train. Like, everybody's just thinking work, money, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't know. The people you chill with and the home you come from. The people you chill with and the home you come from has a play on your manners. Manners aren't universal. It depends on the culture and the custom. It's all subjective. What do you deem to be respectable may not be respectable to another person. Ooh, that is a good point. That's actually a good point, you know, because I think it's even to someone, to lose manners is still subjective. I agree with that point actually, because I think, is it Thailand? Is one country, I think it's Thailand, when you're not allowed, when you sit down, like, you know, when you go to primary school here and you sit down, you cross your legs. You can't do that in Thailand. It's disrespectful. No, it's not that. In Thailand, yeah, when you sit down and, like, say you put your leg on the table, the person opposite you can't see, like, the back of your foot, if that makes sense. That's disrespectful. But here, I just sit like that when I'm chilling. But in Thailand, that's disrespectful. So, yeah, I like to take back my point. I do believe your custom and your culture and wherever you're from plays a part in whether your manners are universal or not. When I went to Scotland, they were very friendly because everyone you pass, everyone says hello and good morning. Yeah, so I think it's definitely where you're from. Because I know in the Ghanaian culture, when you give something with your left hand, it's like mad disrespectful. Say someone's giving you something and you collect it with your left hand, or you're giving something to an adult and you give it to them with your left hand. It's like, oh my God, it's like World War III. It's so disrespectful. And growing up young, I never understood it. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm just giving you something, but it's disrespectful. So again, I believe it's culture. Even down to the little things, Nigerians, Yorubas kneel down to greet out of respect. But for me to do that to your mama, don't be like, you don't need to do that. It's true. It's actually true. Mom be like, oh, she's respectful, but then she'll be like, oh, but you don't need to do all of that. It's true. So I guess it's where you're at as well. I guess it's also where you're at, because like you said, like Bissy said, if she was to greet my mom, she'd have to, you know, kneel down to greet her. But my mom would just be thinking, like, though she'll think, oh, she's a respectful girl, because of where we are in the UK, she'll be like, oh, you don't need to do that. Do you get it? So yeah, I agree that it's where you are. Okay, let's talk morals. Okay, hi Tracy, let's talk morals. Yeah, can we say that the generation that we have now have lost their okay, let me take this. Respect is tradition, and we do it out of tradition and call it respect. Why don't we give the things with our left hand? Why do we push straight in Nigeria? You'll ask and they'll say it's my culture. It's true. I feel like a lot of the things that we do as well, I feel like we don't know the meaning behind them. So, like you said, it's culture. I remember someone told me a story, and they said that a girl went to get married, and then when she got married, her husband noticed that whenever she made fish, she cut the head and she cut the tail of the fish and just cooked like the middle bit. And her husband didn't understand. Her kids didn't understand. So one day they asked her like, oh mom, how comes whenever you're making fish you cut the head and you cut the tail and like you throw it away and you just cook the middle part? And then she was like, I don't know. I just did it because that's what I saw my mom doing. So they went to ask the mom. The mom said, I don't know. I just did it so I saw my mom doing it. So they went to ask the great-grandma, like, oh, how comes whenever, like, mom, grandma cook, they just cut the head and the tails of the fish and cook the middle part? And she said that, oh, because when they were growing up, she didn't have money. So the pan that she had was really small and couldn't fit all the fish. So because of that, she had to cut the head and she had to cut the tail and just cook the middle part, which is what could fit in the pan. So I feel like a lot of the things that we do, we actually don't know why we do it. We just do it because that's what we've been told to do growing up. We've been told to, Nigerians prostrate, Ghanaians don't give things with your left hand. But we don't actually know why we do it, or we haven't tried to inquire. We just know that, oh, it's something that you just don't do because it's disrespectful. So again, I think we would have to learn our culture and ask questions as to why we don't do it. I remember I asked someone, like, why can't we give something with our left hand as a Ghanaian? And she said to me that because technically when you go to the toilet, you use your left hand to wipe yourself. So you can't give something with your left hand because they think it's rude. I said, what if I go to the toilet and I use my right? Hey, like, what happens then? But I mean, again, that's something that's been installed in their minds for like years. So that's not now going to change. It's just don't do it. It's rude. So yeah, I don't know why Nigerians prostrate. I know that it's out of respect. So yeah, but if there's like a proper reason behind that, let me know, because I'd really like to know why they do that. Because yeah, I think it'll be dope to actually find out why they do that. But yeah, man, I'm enjoying these talks. I'm loving it. But oh, Auntie Safwa, you're online. Auntie, is that the reason why we're not allowed to give things with our left hand, or did someone just make that up and tell me? Like, my mom said when you shake with your left hand, you say F you. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, Uncle Rich is online and Auntie Safwa. So is there a reason why Ghanaians can't greet with their left hand or like give things with their left hand? Is there like an actual reason behind it, or did someone just make up a reason and tell me? Because that's what I've been told. So if my kids were to ask me, Mom, why are we not allowed to, like, why can't I give you something with my left hand? I just be like, because it's rude. I mean, to me personally, I wouldn't mind, but like if we were going to Ghana or like going to greet elderly people, I'd let them know, like, look, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And then when they ask me why, I just have to be like, psh, that's what I've been told. So I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I was told. Hi, Truth Obed. Hi, Auntie Philippa. Auntie, can you answer my question? Why can't we, as Ghanaians, why can't we use our left hands to give things or to collect things? Like, why can't we do that? That's all I know. But yeah, again, like I said, I feel like a lot of the things is things that our parents were told that they probably didn't question, and their parents were told that they didn't question, and it's all just come down. So again, it all depends on your customs, your tradition, where you're from, and what your culture is. But I really do feel like we should all endeavour to just have manners. I feel like everyone should just have manners, like just little things. Thank you, you're welcome, how are you doing, good morning. Like when someone just messages you and they're like, hey, you'll be even lucky to get a hey. It's just like, oh, by the way, can you do this for me? Even if I can and I have time and I'm free, I'll say no, because I think your message is rude. You don't know where I am. I could be on a hospital bed. You didn't ask me how I'm feeling. You just messaged and said, oh, can you just do this? Like, do you get it? I just feel like everyone should endeavour to have basic manners. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the country that we're in. Like, we're in UK. A lot of people don't have manners. I'll put that out there. A lot of people don't have manners. But I feel like basic things, at least, good morning. How are you doing? Thank you. Please, I feel like that should happen. And another thing that I don't like, I'm on a rant now. Another thing that I don't like, as you said, is rude. And you lot, it's rude to use your left hand to clean yourself when you go to... Oh, so it is true. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, that's what I was told. So yeah, it's rude to use your left hand to greet someone or give something or receive something because it's the hand you use when you go to the toilet. So yeah. One thing else that gets on my nerves, yeah, is people that feel, like I was saying before, people that feel entitled. But you know, You know it's different when you want someone to do something for you and you say, oh, is it possible? Could you please? I would like you to. But the people that just like, hi, I need you to do X, Y, Z. And it's like, yo, bro, especially when we don't have that kind of relationship. No, sorry, I'm not doing X, Y, Z. Because you don't know my situation, you don't know what I'm in. Like, people just hit you up nowadays, like, I need you to do this, or just do this for me real quick. And it's like, well, good evening, good afternoon, hi, how are you? How's your day been? I'm very well, thank you. And yourself? Like, it's just little things. I just think it's so annoying. And I feel like I was saying, this generation that's coming up, this millennials, a lot of us don't have manners. A lot of us don't have principles. So anything can run. Everybody's in a hurry to make quick money. Everyone just wants to make money. Everyone wants to buy the latest this. Everyone wants to do... Listen, I can't come and kill myself for anybody, you know. Like, even work, I tell them all the time, like, I really cannot come and kill myself because, God forbid, should I die today, tomorrow, they'll put an advert up for my position that they're looking for someone else. So, I really just can't come and kill myself. It's not... If I can do it, and, like, it won't hurt me, or I won't lose sleep over it or anything, I would gladly do it. But if it's a thing where it's like, oh, it's a bit tight, I'm not sure I could do it, then I won't put myself in that situation. Because what people forget is a lot of people don't care about you. A lot of people just pretend to care, if that makes sense. So a lot of people just, like, they're there, but they're not there. When you're in your dark season, they're not really there. When everything's cool, sunny, that's when, like, they're there. That's when they're hitting you up. And a lot of people don't know that. People just tend to think that, oh, because this person's close to me, because I'm with this person all the time, like, when trouble comes, they're there. It's not like that. More time, it's not like that. Like I was saying, a lot of people like to jump to just, oh, let me use this person until I get here. Then I can move to this person. And then when I've moved to this person, but, like, they have a place that they want to get. So as long as you fit into that box of, okay, I can maybe use Noelle until, like, I'm here. Then after that, I'm going to jump to the next person. A lot of people don't understand relationships. Let me put it that way. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand relationships. A lot of people want to do things and they're not thinking about the potential relationship that you could build with someone. So a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, I'll do this for you and you'll do this for me. And yeah, that's it. Like, we'll do it, like, get paid and then move on, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that don't get paid for, like, your craft or for what you do. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like, if you do something for someone and you have an agreement to be paid, then that's fine. But I feel like everyone should have the long-term relationship in their mind, that you're building relationships to help each other. That's how you go further in life. You build relationships with people, because you'll get to a point where it's not even your money. Your money can't even do anything for you. Like, you have to know someone. And that's what people forget. The same people that you meet on your way going up, when you're coming down, that's the same people that you'll meet. A lot of people like to jump here and I'm rolling with this person and I'm loyal to this person. Like, the truth of the matter is, so many people are loyal to the wrong people. Full stop. Technology does not help either. And people also think they know too much. Yep, so this generation doesn't want to learn. For us to learn morals, we need to ask our parents questions and learn. That's true. A lot of people think, like, yeah, a lot of people think that they know too much. Everyone's like a boss, basically. Let me put it that way. Everyone's like a boss in their own little world. Like, everyone's an OG, everyone's a godfather. Like, you can't talk to anybody anyhow. That's what's happening. A lot of people are like that. It takes, like, I always say to people, yeah, do you think it's easy? It's not easy to be humble. It takes a lot to be humble, because being humble means that you now acknowledging that, look, regardless of all the things I know and everything I've learned, you now have to, like, become little in somebody's eyes to ask them for help. Everyone thinks that, oh yeah, I'm humble and I'm this and I'm that. Being humble is not easy at all. It's that you have to really subject yourself and say, look, like, go up to someone and be like, look, like, we're in the same industry, or like, I've been watching you, admire you, you're doing something, and whatever you're doing is working, I want you to teach me. A lot of people are not humble like that. A lot of people won't do that, but everyone feels like they're humble. Like, I was reading something today, and it said that a lot of people are fooled by applauses. like people, like we're cheering people on, we're applauding them for things, and they think that they've done a lot, when in actual reality you're only getting started. Because of that, a lot of people have focused so much on the hype that they're getting, that they feel that they've made it. So, oh, nobody can chat to me anyway, I don't need to ask anybody for help, I've got this, blah blah blah. We need to ask for help. That's the truth of the matter. We need to ask for help. We need to literally go back to our parents and ask them the things that we don't understand, and ask them, why do we do this, why do we do this? Everyone thinks, a lot of people think they know their culture, but in reality we really don't. We think we know our culture and everything, but we actually don't. There's a lot of things that we do because it's becoming routine, but we don't know why we do it. For example, like, if you go to church, everybody knows the structure of church. We come in, we do opening prayer, praise and worship, the word will come, somebody will come and give a testimony. After that, we do benediction, we say the grace, we go home. It's becoming routine. We know we do it. We don't actually understand why we do the things that we do. We don't understand why we do praise and worship. We just know that, oh yeah, when you come to church, you have to do praise and worship. That's what it's become. And it's really frustrating. I feel like slowly it's killing us. And if we're not careful, we'll get to like 2060 or 2070 or whatever, and we'll have a generation that just have no morals, they have no manners, and they don't know principle. Like, they don't know basic principle. When you borrow something, you give it back the way that you borrowed it. The condition that it was in, you give it back in that condition. If it's something breaks or something is spoilt and it's not the way that you received it, you explain it to the person. If you possibly can, you get another one. But a lot of people is just like, oh, but at least I brought it back. But at least I did this. Like, the one that even annoys me the most is when you have to chase your invoices, or like you have to chase people for your money. It's my money. Why do I have to chase you? And it's even annoying. Some people will now be messaging the person that owes them money. Will be messaging them like, oh, can I please have my money back? What do you mean, can I please have my money back? Run me back my money, bro. What do you mean? How can you message someone that owes you? Oh, by the way, can I please have my money back? I shouldn't even have to message you. I shouldn't have to message you to bring my money back. Because the same humility that you came to come and ask me for money when you needed it, that's the same humility that you need to have when you're returning my money. Like, when you're paying my invoice, when you came to ask me to do your gig or whatever, when you're paying my invoice, it should be the same humility. I shouldn't have to chase you. Like, it's just basic things. Maybe I'm just saying it's basic because, like someone said, I'm too cultured. So maybe that's what I'm saying. But I just feel like these are little things that should be in place. And I feel like with this culture with this generation that we're in, I feel like a lot of people forget. People forget the people that actually put them on. A lot of people forget the people that actually help them. And that's one thing that I vowed that I will never do, by God's grace. So help me God. That I will never, ever, ever, ever forget anybody that put me on. Forget anybody that helped me. Like, ever. That's one thing I vowed that I'll never do. Because a lot of people forget. People get to where they wanted to be, or they get a little bit of limelight, a little bit of fame, and already they forget the people that put them in that situation, the people that helped them to get them. All of a sudden you start doing bad girl, bad boy, cold shoulder to people, and it's just like, bro, be very, very, very careful. A lot of people that forget, they're like the most dangerous people. Like, me personally, I'm scared of people that forget. So if I know like your story, and I know that somebody has helped you, and then I see you're shining, you've made it, blah, blah, blah. And then you're just bad-mouthing the person, just chatting about the person, whatever. Like you now, it's like the thing that was once attractive to you, the thing that you totally depended on. It's like now that you've made it and you've got what you want, like that thing has become ugly in your eyes. You don't have time for it. I'm always like, this is somebody to watch. Things like that, it scares me because I feel like you're dangerous. I feel like you can commit murder. That's how dangerous I see it. People that forget are the worst because you have no regard for how you made it, how you got there. It's like, oh, I'm here now, so now it's all me. I've arrived, I'm this, I'm that. Nah, that can never run. That can never run. I'm praying. Like, it's one of my prayers that I'll never ever forget those that helped me, because the way I see it, yeah, if they didn't help you, where would you be? If they didn't help you, you would not be where you are. And it's funny, yeah, because I was watching I think I was watching a sermon today, yeah. Hey, everything's adding up. Anyway, I was watching a sermon today, yeah. And I can't quote the scripture because I don't remember it. But it's in the New Testament, yeah. And it was saying that Andrew was the one that introduced Peter to Jesus, yeah. So Andrew introduced Peter to Jesus. But when you read the whole Bible, you see that there's a book of Peter. So Andrew introduced Peter to Jesus, but he didn't chase Jesus. So there's people like Andrews in your life. There's people that will introduce somebody to you, but you and that person, you and the person they've introduced to you might get on quicker, might get on faster, might be on the same page, might be progressing quicker than the person that actually introduced you to them. It happens. Like, you'll see that, oh, maybe there's a group of two and then one person brings their friend and now the new friend and you are getting on and everything's cool. And then the person that actually introduced you is just thinking, like, what's going on? I think we need to also be, with that being said, we also need to be like, unapologetic for progressing, because what's the point of living life and being in the same place like all the time? Like, Andrew introduced Peter to Jesus, but Peter ended up having a book in the Bible because he was chasing the thing. Do you get it? So like, there's some people in your lives that are Andrews. That's all I'm basically trying to say. There's some people that are Andrews in your life. They come, they introduce you to somebody, they come, they help you do a certain thing. That's it, their season is done, they're done. It's up to you to push. But don't ever forget Andrew, because if Andrew wasn't there, you might have gone ahead of Andrew, but you're not better than Andrew, because if Andrew wasn't there, you would never be where you are. Whoo! I feel like I'm preaching. It's to do with people who are egotistical. They don't appreciate. Yeah, that's that's exactly what I'm saying. A lot of people don't appreciate things anymore because they feel. Thank you. It's John 1:42 to John 1:42 to 44. So that's the scripture. Gideon wants to go live, so I'm gonna go live with him. Time now, a lot of people feel like they've made it. Learn to appreciate the people that came before you, because if they didn't come, you won't come. Hi, Gideon.
Hello, you're right.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while.
It has been. What's your take on this topic? So, morals, manners, principles. What's your take on this?
Wait a minute.
Because we've been discussing it, and I like this conversation. You know, we've got some good feedback, but I just feel like we still have a very long way to go, like in terms of what we want to do and where we need to get to. But yeah, so guys, John chapter 1 verse 42 to 44, that's the scripture about Andrew and Peter. Like I said, everybody needs an Andrew in their life. If there was no Andrew, you wouldn't be where you are. So don't you ever get to where you want to be and feel like the person that helped you or the people that were there before you didn't do a good job, or like they're trash or whatever, because if they weren't there, you wouldn't be there. That's why whenever like I have a chance to speak or like I have a platform, I always acknowledge everybody that's helped me and the people that have gone before me. That's why I'm always praising the Ramels, the Nyokas, the Special Ds. Like, that's why I'm always appreciating them guys, because if them guys didn't do it, like, I wouldn't be able to do it. Do you get it? So there's a lot of people who have neglected their Andrews and just forgotten about Andrews and thought, yeah, because I'm Peter, because I can walk on water now, like, I don't need you guys. But that's never the case. That's never, ever the case. So I feel like, in general, we all need to support each other more. We all need to remember things. We all need to have basic morals, guys. That's all I'm really trying to say. Just have basic morals. Like, it doesn't kill you to say thank you. It doesn't kill you to say please. It won't kill you to say sorry. Like, even if you're like the baddest person in the world, but you admit you're wrong. What do they say? They say admission of wrong is the first sign of healing, or whatever they say, whatever that saying is. Yeah, as long as you admit you're wrong and like you're ready and willing to move on. Another thing is, a lot of people, yeah, it's like a lot of people too say they want help, but they're not willing to be helped. This is something I've had to learn, like, in the past few months. You actually can't help everybody. As much as you might think like, oh, I see so much of myself in this person, or like, oh, the way this person is going is going to lead to like death or like whatever. A lot of people claim they want help, but at the same time, a lot of people don't want to be helped. Like, they like the idea of I want help, but in reality, they're not ready to be helped. So That's another thing. I personally, I think that's sad. I think that's sad because you can only talk so much to one person. You can only push one person like so much. Like, you're not God. You'll get drained. That's the truth of the matter. You'll get drained. So it's not everyone that wants to be helped. Though people like to think like, oh, maybe if someone was there that I could call on, or if somebody had my back, or not everybody wants to help. So I think we also have to differentiate the people that actually want to be helped and are having a difficult time, and the people that like the idea of being helped, but they don't actually want to be helped. If you need help, you have to work with your helper to get all the necessary help. Yeah, if you want help, you have to work with the person that's trying to help you. Because I could be like, oh, don't do this, or like, whenever you feel the need to do this, or you have the urge to do this, do this. But I'm not with you 24/7. So if I've given you like basic skills or basic tips on how to like overcome your urge or whatever it is that you're dealing with, how to like overcome it, and you decide not to follow it, you're still going to keep repeating the thing that you're doing. And I feel like with our generation now, if we're not careful, we're going to repeat a lot of the mistakes that the previous generation made. And if not that, we're going to make more mistakes than they made. Because they've done a lot for us. Fair enough that they've done a lot for us. Fair enough that not everything that they did has helped us in a way. But we still shouldn't forget that they've actually done things for us, you know, like, for examples, I'm just going to use Africans because I'm African. Like, your mom had to leave her life back home, wherever home is, to come to this country just so you could get a better life. Do you understand? Like, little things like this, we don't appreciate. Like, your mom had to leave her life. It wasn't even like, you know, like, maybe she was having the time of her life. Maybe, like, she would have been, like, the next Wizkid. Like, I don't know. Maybe, like, she would have blown in whatever she was doing. But she had to leave her life. The parents left their life, came here to start life for you. And a lot of people are just like, yeah, but I didn't ask my parents. Like, what do you mean I didn't ask my parents? If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in now. And maybe there might be like one or two things that your parents do that you're not really happy with or whatever. But at the end of the day, we still have to appreciate them, because we have to appreciate them for, one, what they've done, and two, because we can learn from their mistakes. I feel like a lot of people don't consider these things. Everyone just feels like, oh, I'm my own person. Especially a teenager that's just turned 18. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm my own person. I could do this. But you have to understand and see the consequences of how what you're doing doesn't only affect you, but it affects the people that come after you. I think that's what I feel like a lot of people right now in this generation are not generational thinkers. They don't think about the people that will come after them. Everything is me. Instant gratification. I want this, I want it now, I need to do it now. Like, we really need to put a pause, like a break on that. A lot of people don't think about the people that will come after them. And that's what, like, I don't really blame us, but at the same time I do blame us, because I say I don't blame us because maybe that's what you've seen in your house, or like wherever you're from, like that's what you've seen. But at the same time, you being more educated than maybe your parents were. Maybe your parents didn't have a uni degree, but you do. So you being more educated and understanding certain things better than your parents, you now have to be like, okay, maybe mom didn't do this or dad didn't do this, and I feel like this is a good thing to do. Like, I'm gonna do it. A lot of people just don't care. Like, we're just doing the same things. Not even to bash parents or anything, but we're just doing the same things. So I feel like our generation has a lot of work. I feel like we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of things to work on. But the question is, how do we start? Like, where do we start from? Because I could say, oh, let's go back and try and get answers or whatnot. But I feel like it all starts with us now. Like, because to be very, very honest, young people have more power than adults. Like, I don't care what anybody says. I fully believe young people have more power than adults. For those of you that watch Power, look at how we got them to change the theme song of Power back to the old one, because we didn't like the new one. The way everybody was tweeting #Power at 50 Cent, at Star. Look at the way that we were tweeting, like, we don't like it, bring back the old soundtrack, it sounds funny, blah, blah, blah. after 2 episodes, they had to change the soundtrack back to the old one because we were not happy we didn't have it. So like, imagine if we all came together full force and applied that to like things that actually matter. Not to say power don't matter because entertainment is good and all of that. Not to say it doesn't matter, but like, imagine we all came together and applied that to like serious situations, child trafficking. Like, imagine if we applied the same pressure that we put on them to change the theme song. If we did that to serious situations, like, we will be able to change so much. Hence why I say that I feel like young people have so much power, even with their knowledge with social media and how to use it. It's just a lot of people don't use it effectively. If everyone was to use their social media effectively, I guarantee you we can change the world. Like, we can change, even if we don't change the world, we can change our community, our society. There's so many things that we can change in our culture and in our traditions. Just because you pay for a young girl's school fees doesn't mean that she has to marry you when she's 18 or 16. Like, child marriages, we can stop all of that. But again, I think it all boils down to one question and one question alone. Do we care? I don't even know how I ended up on this topic, but I've just ended up here. I think that's what it is. At the end of the day, the question simply is, do we care? We have a lot of people walking about that don't care. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this thing is sad. Oh, maybe I should do something about it. Then I'm just like, nah, somebody else will do it. That's a lot of people's mindset. Oh, maybe you know that you have to do something. Like, for example, like uni group work. When you do uni group work, you guys know this has to be done, blah, 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 whatever. It's just like, oh, maybe I should do the research, get the facts. They're like, nah, somebody else will do it. That's the mentality that we have. Somebody else will do it. Somebody else will do it. And we're knocking things. We're knocking things. We're knocking things. Oh, somebody else will do this. Like, even if you make a change in your community, but the truth of the matter is, we don't care. We don't care. Nobody cares. A lot of people don't care that they don't have manners. They don't care. A lot of people don't care that their morals are messed up. They don't care. A lot of people don't care that their priorities are not straight. They don't care. Everybody wants now, 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 now. Everybody wants to be the it girl. Everybody wants to have the things now, the flashy trainers, the flashy cars, all of this. Like, we actually don't care. A lot of people don't care, and it's sad because the younger generation are looking at us now and thinking, well, if they don't care, why should I care? At the end of the day, it's a dominoes effect. We've seen, it's what our parents have seen their parents do, who've seen their parents do, and we're all doing the same thing, knowing fully well that we can change things. And then also, sometimes I've realized that it's not even that we don't even want to be in that stigma and do that thing. But what I've also realized is a lot of people are scared of change, or they're scared to be the one to initiate the change because they'll get bashed, because XYZ. For whatever reason, a lot of people don't want to initiate change. So we all know that this is wrong, but it's like, let's not say anything about it. Let's brush it under the carpet. As long as we don't talk about it, it looks like we don't know that what we're doing is wrong. It's like a lot of people do that. Oh, this has happened, brush it under the carpet. We don't address it. And we have to remember that, like, ever since, like, they put me, like, in Life Church, I really have to think about these things. Like, ever since I started working closely with young people, I have to really think about what am I doing, because unconsciously, I'm teaching them things that I don't even know. A lot of people are just like, oh, brush it under the carpet. What you're teaching them is that, oh, this is right. Like, we all know it's wrong, but it's like, you're teaching them that, oh, don't say anything about it. If you see it, don't say anything about it. Ignore it. Walk away. Don't even talk about it. That's what we're teaching them. So they now grow up and they see things that are wrong, but they keep quiet about it. And it's sad to say, like, I've met people that I've spoken to, and they're just like, I know people who are in abusive relationships, and I keep asking them, like, why are you there? Why don't you leave XYZ? And to them, it's just like, it's become their reality. Like, they've become so comfortable in it that they don't want to leave. But it all has a root where it comes from. And to the ones that I've had a chance to speak to, it's always something like, oh, like, I saw my dad hit my mom, or my mom hit my dad, or whatever, but like, it always worked out in the end. Like, they were always cool, blah, blah, blah. So like, oh, we're just going for a rough patch, it's gonna get better. But babe, you've been there for 5 years. One day you'll die. Like, that's the truth of the matter. And it's just things that we've seen. So it's like, we have to be conscious. Long and short of it is, we have to be conscious of what we do, how we react to certain things, because whether you know it or not, somebody is watching you and somebody is learning from you from a distance. It might be close up, it might be from a distance, but somebody's learning from you. What you're doing, they're also seeing, and they're now thinking of, oh, this is how mommy dealt with that situation. Let me do it. This is how dad dealt with this situation. This is how my older siblings dealt with it. This is how my cousin, whoever's close to them, like, they're seeing how you're reacting. And then they're even thinking, oh, it's cool. Exactly. Even emotional abuse. They just think, oh, like, we'll get over it. It's fine. Like, I shouldn't tell anyone. Blah. Like, there's a lot happening. And I feel like we need to make a change. Long and short of it. I'm very emotional right now. I don't really get emotional, but like, I didn't even know this topic was something that I was quite passionate about until right now. So yeah, I feel like everyone just make a change in your environment, in your community, like with those around you, because like I said, people are always watching you. Like, whether you know it or not, people are always watching you. And I mean, Uncle Rich is online and he'll bear me witness. There's times that he's called me and he'll be like, oh, I saw you here. And I'll be like, huh? Are you sure? And he'll be like, yes. And he will describe everything I'm wearing from head to toe. And in my head, I'll be like, yeah, it was me, but I didn't see you. So like, that just goes to show that people are watching what you're doing. You might not know someone's watching you. You might not know that people can see you, but people are watching you. So just be very cautious of what you're doing. Be very cautious of the subliminal message that you're sending to younger kids and people that are around you, because like I said, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's made you their role model in their eyes. You never know who's trying to duplicate your life or like do what you're doing. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end this one there, guys. But thank you all so much for coming on. Thank you guys for joining me for episode 6, season 2 of Talks with Noelle. We have 4 more episodes to go. Next week, my guest will be Bissy Atkins. I was meant to have her last week. Was it? Yeah, I was meant to have her last week, but unfortunately she wasn't 100%. But by God's grace, she's better. She's healed. She's great. So Bissy Atkins will be my guest next week. I'll have her. And like I said, she uses makeup to talk to you about your life. It's really weird, but it's really so dope. Like, she talks about the features of your makeup. So your concealer, your contour, your foundation, and she applies it to your life. So next week, it's going to be an amazing episode. Don't miss it. Me personally, I can't wait. I'm excited. So next week will be the selfie episode. Don't miss it. It's going to be so amazing. I don't want to talk too much about it because that's Bissy's field. So she'll come in and she'll talk to us about it. But I know we're all going to enjoy it. We're all going to have a good time. So yeah, thank you guys again for joining me. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. Again, apologies for starting late and for starting at 8:30. But like I said, it was beyond my control. I couldn't do anything about it. So thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted at all. See you same time, same place next week. Talks with Noelle, season 2, episode 7. Love you guys. Have a great evening. Thank you. Mwah.